DoorDash your slot bowl. Get extra guac. Pay for it with Klarna. Default on a loan. Eat at your desk. Never stop looking at your screen. Create shareholder value. This is how you move up in the world, generally speaking. The more money you can make for people who are eventually going to pull out of the company that you made the money in, so they can walk away with the value of the company without looking if changes made under their watch actually made the company more stable, is the way to live life. Hey fellas, and welcome back to With a Y, and today I want to give you guys a few lessons on chasing passive income. This first tweet was made by a guy, Jack Rains, but what I really want to do is focus on a Twitter account that really focuses in on how exactly to do the thing we're talking about today. This is the Chase Passive Income account. I highly recommend following this if you want 100% real and certified financial advice. No fake, no scam. This is just what we're doing because he has a lot of applicable lessons and a lot of anecdotes that I hope you guys can find inspiration in your life to get out of the rat race and start making money while you're sleeping. Not enough people look at the genetics when they date. Before you start seriously dating a woman, look at her father. I agree with this because if you have no idea what a woman looks like maybe they don't show their face on Tinder. I don't use Tinder, so I don't know if that's a situation you end up in. I'm making up scenarios right now. Find her dad and make a game out of predicting of what she'll look like based off of that. For instance, is he tall, handsome, and rich? If so, just forget the girl and start dating her dad. Going straight to the source is a much quicker way to wealth. And listen, man, it's Pride Month. Even if this is like just a quick summer side hustle you'll do, you have at least the rest of the month to get it in. Even if you are straight, you can act gay during this month and it'll just be considered a sign of allyship. And you might as well use that as a method to get your bag up. The guy on the left owns a plumbing business. The guy on the right sells faulty toilets and also owns a plumbing business. The rich operate on a different level. And I totally agree. It's very obvious that the richest people in the world are genuinely just working thousands of times as hard as you or me. They earn those hundreds of billions of dollars that they pay less taxes than we do on our income through sheer hard work, grit, and dedication. I'm gonna say this now, you're gonna see the plumbing business bit come up a decent amount. In fact, this guy owns 12,000 businesses, so it's very likely that he is a complete monopoly on the industry that he's been able to obfuscate by separating them into a bunch of shell companies. As soon as you're making $1,000 a month, you can basically do whatever you want. Buy a brand new BMW, rent a luxury penthouse in every big city, fly private to the best vacation spots in the world. That's the power of having a rich daddy who spoils his special little boy. The key lesson to take away from this is that to do all of these things, make sure you are using somebody else's money. That way, the $1,000 you make a month is pure profit. That's stuff you can explicitly use to put back into the market, back into your business, and it doesn't bite into any of your lifestyle choices. You have to remember to be incredibly based when you do this. I make $9,000 a day with my ice cream truck. Children don't understand money, so I charge them $20 for a tiny ice cream sandwich and drive away quickly before their parents find out. And this is the thing you have to think about when getting into any sort of business, especially entrepreneurship. Coming in as a CEO of a startup that someone else is bankrolling is one thing, but when you own all the assets and all the losses are going to be on you, it's good to have your eggs in a bunch of different baskets. Don't clump it all up in one. Just a bad choice overall. Kids are very gullible. They are a market I would try to exploit if I were in your shoes trying to make it in this world without having to quite literally chase the cheese like a mouse in those fucked up scientific experiments they were doing in the 20th century. They're actually doing them right now. The amount of things we say we've learned about ourselves that are predicated on rat psychology is kind of funny. Speaking of using the demographic of children for the sake of profits, I really think we need to go back to a simpler time where we're a freer country. There was less restrictions on what anybody was allowed to do with their money at any age. Child gambling is illegal, this guy says in quotes. Then explain how my Minecraft slot machine made me $322,450 last month. I mean, it's quite simple. Not everybody has the finesse and I feel like when you're looking at such a generational talent as the guy behind Chase Passive Income, you have to acknowledge that it's not super fair to put other people down. Listen, man, we live in a pure meritocracy. There is absolutely no subterfuge going behind the scenes. You're just smarter than everybody else in the game, and I think you shouldn't lord that over other people so much. Humility is a virtue. I'll never be as smart as you. I can't help that. So why do you have to put me down and rub it in my face that I just physically am incapable of doing what you're doing? It's really inspiring to watch and makes me want to live up to my full potential, but I know that my full potential tops out significantly lower than yours. This guy does often give a suggestion suggestion on the hustles that you could be doing on the side to be chasing passive income and eventually living off of it entirely. But what am I waiting on? Man, I can't be you. I look up to you chasing passive income. I met a billionaire for breakfast. I ordered pancakes and chocolate milk. He ordered a 32-egg omelet. I gasped. The bill came out to $957 thanks to his meal. He paid with his Amex Black Platinum Gold Medallion card. I asked why he got such an expensive meal. "Don't worry, I always get my money's worth," he said, chuckling. He then went to the restroom and completely destroyed the plumbing. The business had to pay $2,700 to get the problem fixed. Guess who owns the plumbing company right next door? Billionaires operate on a different level. And I gotta say, that's just for true, man. He set up the circumstances to create the market that he was serving and was able to completely capitalize on it. And if you think about it, he really is part of the working class because he went to that restaurant himself and blew up the toilet using his own bowels. If that isn't manual labor and being involved hands-on with your work, I really don't know what is. Now, what I really put a lot of stock in with the Chase Passive Income course account is that I like how he interacts with his community. He is encouraging. He retweets things that he finds to be insightful. He's, like I said in the beginning, humble. He accepts that there is always something to learn because it could always make him better. He's not satisfied being where he's at. He always wants to go up the next step. To show you exactly what I mean when I say he's willing to take this advice, let me show you his original tweet and then a reply that he signal boosted by reposting in order to give other people the same information. He doesn't gatekeep the things that make him as successful as he is. A potential employee looks me dead in the eyes and says, "With me, you get a dog. I spent the first 10 years of my life doing manual labor. Most people don't know hard work. I know hard work. If you pay me 50 cents a day, I'll make you $10 billion. The employee's name? Vending machine." You'll notice that the guru behind Chase Passive Income seems to have favorite industries he chooses to put his money into. He has a lot of success with plumbing companies and also putting vending machines in unorthodox places that a lot of people in the past wouldn't really have thought of as even a market to tap into. Here we have Daniel Burke, though, chiming in, giving his own input on exactly how to make this work. "Yesterday, I was walking to an interview. Especially in the context of vending machines, this is someone you're going to want to keep your ears open for and listen to. On the way, I passed a vending machine that was blinking out of order and making weird, whimpering noises. I don't know why, but I felt compelled to help. I spent the next hour feeding it loose change and gently patting the keypad until it finally dispensed a single lukewarm bottle of Sprite. I missed the interview. The next day, I got a surprise call inviting me to reschedule. I went in, still confused, and I waited in the conference room. Then, the interviewer rolled in. It was the vending machine. And this just goes to show that small acts of kindness can pay off in big ways. It behooves you and me both to act as good of people as we can be in our day-to-day lives, even if we don't think we'll get something out of it. Because even if we don't get something out of it, other people in their lives do, and maybe that'll come around, maybe it won't, but we are setting ourselves up for success if we show that we are somebody deserving of that opportunity if it were to ever come up. Going back to the Chase Passive Income description and stuff, you'll notice that it gets a little more in-depth with his inner workings, and he has courses that he offers in order for you to get only the most secretive of tips and help on how to really get your bands up. Of course, he lives in Austin, Texas, one of the biggest growing tech hubs in America, if not the world. He also has a link to chasepassiveincome.com. Learn to own 12,000 businesses. I'm Chase Passive Income. That is actually his full name, by the way. First name Chase, middle name Passive, last name Income. Passive implies that he's a bottom. Also, Income implies that he's a bottom. I don't know why I didn't put that together sooner. I'll teach you the secrets of shooting passive income out of your ass. Your doctor will be concerned. Dropping character, enter your email at your own risk. I don't endorse anything here. I don't care enough to make a birder to find out exactly what I would get spammed with from this shit. You are about to be absolutely bombarded with limited time offers for my passive income course. Now, the interesting thing about Chase Passive Income is that I could make like several videos just going over this guy's posts and entertain myself sufficiently, but also that he's part of a conglomerate. This account was created by Charlie Rich, and honestly, I have no idea if this is a real guy. He turned meme accounts into businesses, head of content at Enduring Ventures, and you'll see he retweets a lot of stuff from accounts that look pretty similar to the Chase Passive Income one. He has built an entire conglomerate. This is Mason Home Builder. Build walkable communities. This This new 140 home development we just completed is walkable to a full-service gas station and liquor store, which is just 3.7 miles away. See the red dot. Our lives don't have to revolve around cars. And like, my favorite shit is that he just has like a bunch of gimmick accounts like this, all of them which are deserving of their own video. If you guys like this one, let me know in the comments and I can cover one of these, like the Mason home builder one, but figured that context would have to come up sooner or later if we were going to keep talking about Chase passive income, which we are going to keep doing right now. Sonic Speed Sim check. How I made $17,500 by sending just one text message. To mom, this is the IRS. You owe $17,500 in taxes. You must pay the full amount today in Google Play gift cards or you will be placed under the rest. Under the rest? Might as well just said I'm gonna put you under the porch with how threatening that was. I do like the idea that all the money has to come in Google Play gift cards because it implies that Chase over here is going to be spending it all on mobile games, which is incredibly based. Be sure to gamble all of your money away on gacha games, kids. This is real financial advice that you should listen to and do without questioning. My friend, LeBron, gets paid to play basketball. Dream job, right? Nope. If he doesn't show up one day, he doesn't get paid. Sadly, he will be stuck in the rat race forever because he doesn't understand passive income. You guys don't want to end up like LeBron James over here, right, man? You don't want to have to be stuck in the cycle of going into a 9-to-5, especially something as manual and labor intensive as basketball, man. That will take it out of your knees and your toes. Like, look at what this kind of work has done to LeBron James' toes over the year, man. It has really left its mark. He's never going to be able to undo this. The rat race is not conducive to long-term success. You're going to be scrambling for the next paycheck just so you can pay off your $85 million rent every month, man. It's not worth it. Mason Home Builder strikes again and says that every build comes with a 1-year warranty. They have their 239 home development in Youngstown, Ohio, and we guarantee the plumbing will work flawlessly in every house until exactly 1 day after the warranty expires. Then they get kickbacks from the plumbing company. And guess who owns the plumbing company? Chase passive income. Now, this next one might be the most accessible streams of passive income you can even physically get involved with. I know a guy who makes $57,000 a year in passive income. All he had to do is sit at a desk in an office building for 40 hours a week. Sometimes he has to attend a meeting or reply to some emails, but why aren't more people doing this secret income hack? There's so much knowledge to be gained, man. He's so fucking smart. POV, you start your own government agency to collect taxes from people. They say for every dollar you put into the IRS, you get $6 out of what they're able to actually collect. It's not applicable to everybody's life circumstances, but it's absolutely something you should be looking into. Hold your boys back in school. They should be the oldest in their class. My son is 23 and in 6th grade. Guess who just set the state record for longest middle school long jump? I've been saying this, man. It really does come down to the bigger the number you have, the better of a person you are. This is true in all facts of life unless you're playing golf. I want a president who's 3,000 years old and literally just a mummified corpse from the times of, like, King Tut. I think we should change the laws so that you don't have to be a natural-born citizen of the U.S. to be president. You just have to be a citizen, and we let that fucking corpse immigrate. I talked with a woman who makes $12,500 a month in passive income. She doesn't have to do any work for it. That's the power of being my bitch ex-wife and collecting passive alimony payments. That's really all child support is, man. It's a fucking passive income scheme. If you're mad about having to pay child support and not being able to see your kid, you're just mad you got out-finessed by a more superior business person. There is so much Chase passive income content that I find funny I could cover, and there's also several accounts like it that I could do funny little spin-offs of. Let me know if you guys want either of those and specify which one in the comments. That kwytebox email's in the description if you guys want to send me any video topics. Anyways, piss off.